Hello and welcome to the Mommanevin Knits YouTube channel. My name is Joan and I am Mommanevin here and on Instagram. Today is May 18th. This is episode 72 and it is 75 degrees where I am here in Southern California. And this is take 2 for me because turns out if you don't hit the button to record, it doesn't record. Who knew? Anyway. So let me start over. I had done my Luke socks. My goal for this past week was to do one section. Sorry about that. So this week I did one section. I did the gray and the green there. I mean, not the gray, the light brown and the green. And this is 64 stitches on a 2.25 millimeter needle. And the yarn is from Yarnaceous Fibers, and it's called Coffee at Luke's. And what else was I going to tell you about that? I don't remember. Oh, the section that does the row that does the slip stitches, I do just that row in, I think this is a 2.5. Trying to see if there's any numbers on it. But anyway, what happens is just for that row, I go up a needle size so that it that slip stitching shows, because what I had run into when I first started these is that the slip stitches just kind of blended in with the row, and I didn't like that. So that was my solution. So I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 sections next week. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm still on my retire-ication. But we have found out our kids want to have a party over here for next Sunday. So that means I got to clean my house. Boo. All right. The Steve socks. So, the Steve socks are vanilla socks, and Steve wears an 11.5. So, I'm going to be working on these a while. And the color is Felicini Shrooms. And my goal was 10 rows, and I got 10 rows done. So, I'm going to be working on these a long time. And I can't remember what the name of this was. I found the label, and it has since disappeared again. I don't know. Pirate may have helped it disappear. You know what I mean? It's called Heathered. I think it's like Heathered Rabbit or something like that. I probably should look it up. But anyway, so my goal for next week is another 10 rows. We will do it 10 rows at a time. And let's see, Steve's socks are 64 stitches on a 2.25 millimeter needle. All right, plastic canvas. I said I was going to get 2 sides done. I didn't. Womp womp. So I get a half of an X because I did work on it. I finished putting the inserts. I finished the one insert that wasn't done, and then I put them in. And then I started working on the mantle. So I didn't get it done this week, but I am going to do I'm going to say my goal for next week is just one side. Because let's not get all crazy here, right? Okay. Sewing, I'm giving up for now. I don't know what it's going to take for me to finally get in here and get some sewing done. Okay, memory blanket. All right, I got to find that one. Here it is. All right, my memory blanket. This is my square from last week. And the memory blanket, let's see, what is the needle size on this? Do I have it? 3 millimeter. So that's the memory blanket, and then let's look at the 10-stitch blanket after it, because you can tell at the end is the last color I worked on the memory blanket. And my 10 stitch blanket is 2.5 millimeters. So, alrighty. I'm down to my 10 stitch mosaic blanket. I'm getting to where I really like this, and I'm having to fight the urge to like work on it all the time instead of other things. But I know it doesn't look like much, but it will, I promise. So I got a whole row done. So anyway, so my mosaic blanket is a G hook. And I did 1 row, and I got that done. So I have the same goal for next week, 1 row. All right. Jelly roll. Jelly roll. Sorry. That's just what I think of whenever I think of jelly roll. Sorry. So I did get this color done. That was my goal, was to get 1 color done. This is a 3 millimeter needle. And I have the same goal next week, is to get 1 color done. Woo. Temperature blanket. I did get a temperature square done. Okay. Sorry, things are a little discombobulated here. So I need to, I think this is a 3.5 millimeter needle. I think. So anyway, I got this square done. And so my next thing is I need to do the black side here and then start another square way down here. So my goal for next week is to get that black side done and to get that square done at the bottom. Okay. I mean, not at the bottom. Yes, at the bottom. Y'all, it's been a week. Wait till we get to happenings. It's been a lot. Okay, just a little bit more and we will be done. All right, so I didn't work on white squares, so I'm going to give myself a dash because I didn't do that. But I did get 2 color squares done. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I was having a problem where my color squares were getting bigger and bigger. And I saw a tutorial this morning. Oh, you know what? I forgot to pick my color. Whoops. We'll do that in just a minute. My squares were getting bigger and bigger, and they weren't matching up, and I didn't like that. So I happened to see this video this morning. I'll have to see if I can find it and link it for you. But it tells you how to kind of rein that in a little bit, because my squares were bigger than the ones I originally made. So I did that little trick, and they are back to their other size. So I'm very happy about that. Like I said, I will try and find the tutorial on that. Basically, what they say is whenever... I don't have a crochet. Yeah, I do have a crochet hook. Whenever you put your needle into the place to pull a loop up, that first loop is like really important, and I didn't realize that. And so it depends on how much tension you put on that at the beginning as to what size your square is going to be. I like that. I like that info. All right. Let's do the Christmas, and then we'll go pick a color. Okay, so here's my Christmas square for this week. And I'm going to put a picture in here to show you of how far along we are on the blanket. So this is a G hook. And so very excited. That's getting done little bit by little bit. I did not work on my Advent blanket this week. So, mwah, mwah. All right, so I'm going to go pick a color. And here's our color. And I can't believe that this one made its way to the bottom so soon. This was from my Christmas socks. So it's all sparkly. It's that, remember that gold sparkle? It was really pretty. So that will be my color for this week, and I'm very, very happy about that. Incoming. There has been some yarn piggery going on by me. I was very naughty this week. Because I didn't have to go to work, I went shopping a lot. So let's start out with my final trip to the final Joann's. I did one final trip for all of them, and this is it for this one. I don't know if I want to even bring all of these out to you so you can make fun of it. Ugh. Here's my bag. I bought the bag because the bags they had there weren't big enough. They were using Forever 21 bags. So I guess we know who bought Forever 21. Same people. But here, I'll just kind of briefly show you. There's those two. Excuse me. There is a blanket that after I finish this mosaic blanket, there's another mosaic blanket that I want to make. So I was like, they have it as a kit from Mary Maxim. I'll put that up here so you can see it. But I know I'm not going to get to it yet. But Mary Maxim, even the kit was like $98. So I bought the pattern and another green. I'm getting... And here's a yellow. I had 2 yellows. Oh, just one. And I have 3 of these whites. I don't know if you can see it. So these are like super jumbo mumbo. And I looked at it afterwards, and I bought one other thing. And this is all the yarn I will need for that blanket. I'm not going to start it now because goodness knows, and you know, I don't need any more projects. So I'm going to make myself wait until that other mosaic project is done. But like I said, the kit for it from Mary Maxim would have been $98. I got all of this yarn for $40. So, win-win. Because I got to thinking about it, I thought, you know, Joann's got that yarn for $2.50 a ball. So I went and got myself some. Okay, so then, all right, I did that on Tuesday. I went to Joann's, and I went to Hobby Lobby and bought some more fabric that I'm not going to sew. All right, so this I thought was really cute for summer. I got to find a dark blue to go with it. And then I got these 2 for fall. That was cute. And then this to go with it. Okay, and then I found a couple of these. I found actually at Dollar Tree. I was having a good time. Okay, so, all right, excuse me. Let's talk about the LA Yarn Crawl. I did wind up going. I went on Thursday. I'll tell you about my days of the week in a little bit so I can tell you what was going on. But here's my LA Yarn Crawl bag. And I put a button for every one that I went to. So, oh, that one's upside down. And that's, I put them all on the wrong one. Whoops. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I'll have to fix that later. But So the first store I went to was, okay, so here's the map, all right? I live out here. So I wanted to go to Pasadena. A friend of mine has a family-owned drugstore there, and I've been dying to go to it. So I wound up doing it all in one day. So the furthest that I went for was here, because that was forever. So the first one that I went to was Phoebe's Needle Art. And at every place, you got an entry for a giveaway. And then you got 2 free patterns. So Phoebe's patterns was this crochet bag, which I thought was really cute. And then the juniper moon top. So since I like that bag so much, and you know, oh yeah, I'm gonna get around to it. So I bought yarn to make the bag, and I bought all different colors. I didn't want to match anything. I want it to be Crazy Town mixed colors. So I have that, and then this is called Peekaboo Yarns, and it says sparkle, but it doesn't look like it's sparkling to me. But anyway, it's 100% superwash merino, and it says it's worsted. I don't know about y'all, but that don't look worsted to me. That looks fingering to me, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, I bought this one because apparently it is dyed in the LA area. So I was trying to support local dyers. So Peekaboo, and this is called Lip Gloss. So what I want to know from you guys today is, tell me, do you have the same trouble I do? When I go to a store and I'm seeing all the wonderful colors and all that stuff, I have to make myself stop because I have 4 main colors that I look at: blue, teal, pink, and what was the other one? I can't remember the other one. How's that? Pink and... that's terrible. I can't remember the other color. All right. But basically, colors of pink. So I was trying to make myself buy things that were different than that. So when I went to Buku Yarns, I found this. And Buku does their own dyeing. And this is Betty Davis Eyes. This is a sock yarn, so I can make socks. Isn't that a gorgeous blue? It. But I was like, all right, you have to buy something out of your comfort range. You have to. So I bought this, and this is called Appletini. I don't know if I told you, this is Betty Davis Eyes. This is Appletini. Now, normally I would never pick a green, never. But this is Jam Jar Yarns. Jam Jar is another local dyer. And so I bought this, and I thought it was really pretty. It's 50% silk, 50% superwash merino. I have no idea what I'm going to make out of this, but I just really loved it. And I thought it was really cute. So there we are. And I also got a handle. They had those yarn carriages there. And because I didn't have a handle before, so I got a handle for it. Okay. So here is, I went to Wool House, Wollhaus, and this is lilac. It's very soft. It says lilac, but I'm telling you, that's a soft pink. So, and this is Cottage Sock. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and this is from Coats & Co. So there was a girl in there that was saying, oh, I have trouble getting Coats & Co. yarn. They're always running out. So I was like, well, I'm going to get some then. So the color is lilac. So I don't know what I'm going to do with any of these, but I was having fun. So I went to my friend Brandon. Sorry for the crinkling. Here, let me show you. Okay. One more thing. So my friend Brandon and his family own the Fair Oaks Pharmacy and Soda Fountain. And it is over 100 years old. And it is on Route 66. And I've been dying to get over there because they have this wonderful little gift shop that sells like things from each era, like the 50s, the 60s. So I stopped by and saw him because he's just a great guy. I just really love him. So saw Brandon, got a shirt, got a couple things for my husband, and then I went to Remainders. Now, I had been hearing about how great Remainders was, and I think I was just pooped by the time I got there because I was just like, okay, this is good enough. Let me get that. Let me get this and go. So I found a couple pieces of fabric, and this one I really liked. This reminds me of the blue that I have. Tea and Sweets, our studio design. So here I'm gonna do it this way. Isn't that cute? So cute. And then this I found, and I don't know why, I passed it over the first time, and then I looked at it again, and I was like, I'm gonna get it. So I got these balloons, because I thought those would be really cute. And someday when I make bags again, those will be really cute bags. Now, oh, I forgot to show you the free pattern that I got from Buku. It's in Ravelry. You had to get it through Ravelry. So I will confess, I do have a Ravelry account. I don't go on any of their boards or anything else. But when people are giving away free patterns, it's easier to get it at Ravelry. So here's the one I got from Buku. That was really, really cute. And then this is what I got from Wool House. So I got another little bag, and then this. So, okay, so that is all of my yarn piggery for this week. So let's go. Cows and Mows, 25 and 25 by Chicken Lady. And so we fill out the grid, the 25 grid, and send it into Chicken Lady and be eligible for prizes. Then the next one is the Seaside Sock Along, and that is by Leah Loves to Knit. And you knit or crochet a pair of socks from May 1st to July 31. Whips are welcome. So I might be able to get in on that. Beach theme yarns or patterns make it fun but aren't required. Enter your finished projects through the FO thread on Ravelry. Use the hashtag Seaside Sock Along on Instagram and use on any Leah Loves to Knit pattern and earn a bonus entry for each finished pair. So there's that. Then the next one is Summer on the Lanai. Trying to find it. I can tell you the rules. There's a lot of rules. Okay, so Summer on the Lanai between June 1st and September 1st. So that's all of June, all of August. So that's 2 months. Join us in crafting anything your heart desires that fits our theme of summer on the lanai. Oy, oy, oy. Suggested themes are Golden Girls Anything, summery colors, including the orange sunsets, so you can double dip with Blocked Magazine's Make Orange Great Again. Colors from the show, pink, green, tan, etc. 80s inspired colors. Let's see. No whips allowed. So you cannot cast on before June 1. Okay. You can totally double dip. There are themed inspired yarns and other stuff that you can buy. And there's also a Golden Girls inspired cozy mystery, Murder by Cheesecake. And it is out now, and you have a little mini book club later in the summer for that. All right, you post, use the tag summer on the lanai mau. Man, I can't even say it. I know I'm not gonna be able to spell it. I will put it up here for you guys to see. Extra cool points for snapping progress photos while watching the girls outside doing summer stuff and any other theme scene. I told my husband that he had to buy me a big floaty that looks like a one you can sit in, put your feet up. And I'm going to get a plastic bag and a plastic container and put my yarn in it so I can work on it while I'm in the pool. Because I'm not cheating. All right, then Make Orange Great is from June 14th to September 30th. I believe it's the same thing. You cannot cast on early. So it's anything with orange yarn, and it has to be at least 50% orange. Now I was going to show you. All right, so this is what I have found in my stash. You guys can't see the sparkle. So I am going to use this and make some kind of shawl. I have no idea what, but this is for summer on the lanai. And then for orange, I'm going to make my husband a pair of socks out of this. And I got this from a local yarn store over here. Okay. Now, last week I mentioned that I thought about having a knit along, and it was caused by my husband was saying, you know, everybody's so upset about losing Joanne's. You should cut off that last end and have knitting with Joan. And I was like, that's brilliant. So it's not really a knit along, but I'm going to put the hashtag up here. And of course, I will make a bag of some type. I don't know what. And there probably will be yarn involved. But we're going to knit with Joan this summer. So I was going to do a cute little video where I take the last N off of Joanne, but then I saw that it had a trademark. Don't want to mess with that. So, so Knit with Joan is, you know what, let me stop. I'm going to go get the dates because I want mine to run with, I live next door to an elementary school. So I want mine to run from the date that school gets out till the day it comes back in. So I'll be right back. Okay, I believe that their last day of school is May 30th. So you can cast on May 30th. And they go back to school on August 10th. So August 10th will be the day. If you want to enter, you need to show me what you're making. I don't care. Make whatever. I don't care. But you can put it on Instagram, and it's going to be hashtag Knit with Joan. Okay? And again, I will make a bag. I don't know what kind of bag, but there will be a bag involved. And I wanted to tell you, I thought of the other color that I'm always looking for is peach. So peach, pink, blue, teal. those are my colors, and whenever I see them, I want to grab for them. So I'm trying to make myself do other things, but it's very difficult. Okay, happenings. Oh my goodness, have we had some happenings, because I haven't had to work this week. So right before my show last week, we had a lizard attack. And I'm going to put a picture up here of Mr. Lizard. We had quite a time trying to track him down and put a bowl over him so we could get him outside. And Pirate was just like, what is going on around here? But anyway, so we got Mr. Lizard sorted out and put back out in the backyard where he belongs. I did my final Joann's trip on Tuesday, as you can tell, and then I went to Hobby Lobby. So I was really enjoying the not having to be on my computer for work and stuff, and being able to just go shopping. And so I really had a good time. Also Tuesday, when I got home, well, before I went shopping, actually, I said, you know what? This is Pirates Gotcha Day, which whenever they become a Nevin, we consider their Gotcha Day their birthday. So Pirate is probably 4-ish right now. So the first thing we did is we went to Starbucks and got him a pup cup. And here's a picture of him enjoying his pup cup. And then I went shopping, and when I came home, I ran through McDonald's and got him a kids meal. You don't want to know the number of kids meal toys I have in my house right now. It's really sad. Anyway, so that was what we did for him for his birthday. Wednesday, we did get some concerning news last week, and so my husband had to go to his doctor on Wednesday, and there is a little abnormality, and so he has to go in for an MRI, and then he has to go see urology. So anyone who prays, please put my husband on your prayer list. I'm not super concerned, but, you know, it's always a concern. So I was like, if this is really bad news, I'm not going to go to the LA yarn crawl. Well, it wound up being news. So I asked my husband, I said, do you want me to stay here with you? I will stay. I don't need to go. And he said, no, go ahead and go. So I went to the LA yarn crawl and had just a roaring good time. And then when I came back, LA traffic, like I explained to my friend Brandon, I can drive in LA traffic. I just don't like to. So I left here at 9 o'clock, and I didn't get home till 5, after 5. And by the time I got out of the car, because the last 2 hours were in the car sitting in traffic. So by the time I got out of the car, I felt like I couldn't walk. So that wasn't good. So, but, I had such a good time. Will I do it again? Not anytime soon. But, of course I'll try and do it again. Friday, my little baby Pirate got sick. He was really sad. His stomach was very upset. So we were trying to give him a little bit to eat, not a lot, so his stomach could settle back down. So then Saturday, we were still not feeding him his full stuff to kind of get him to settle down. Well, he decided it was time for him to have a treat, so he brought me over a piece of cardboard and put it on my chair, like it was money for him to have a treat. So you gotta love that. So of course I gave him a little treat, but he's feeling much, much better. So I am gonna stop right now because I'm gonna go get my show and tell. Y'all don't even want to know how bad this room looks. It looks bad, 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 bad. I got to put stuff away. I have been lax in emptying my project bags after I finished a project. So I have them in a bucket over there. So I got to get to trying to do some of that too. But anyway, for my show and tell, I found these at Brandon's store. Aren't they cute? Because Brandon's store is on Route 66. And so I just thought this was just so nostalgic for me. Now he has, like I said, he has a little shop in there, and each section is a decade. And so, of course, I identified more. This was like the 60s decade, which I was born in the 50s, but I only spent 6 months in the 50s. So, so I remember more 60s stuff. So I just thought these were so cute. So I got them for my husband, and he really loved them. He put them in his let's call it a china cabinet. It's his liquor cabinet. Anyway, okay, y'all, I have taken up enough of your time. Thank you so much for coming by to visit. I hope that you decide to come by and visit again. Thanks, and that's all I have for today. Bye.